Ike, this is a life, innit? Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah,
absolutely stunning. It's so charming, innit?
I'll tell you what, Webber, pop the camera on and I'll do a bit about it, alright?
Oh, excellent, okay.
Right, you ready, Webber?
Yeah, I'm ready, rolling.
Right, this is a typical Venetian street scene, and if you come to Venice, this is what you get to see, you see. All the streets are beautiful canals, and the zebra crossings, if you like, well, they're bridges, which is really nice and also really safe, because you're unlikely to get run over by a gondola while you're on a bridge, aren't you?
True. You know what I love? I love all the higgledy-piggledy buildings and their shutters and balconies and stuff. I think they're gorgeous.
Yeah, you like all that, don't you, Webber?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell that Venice is really old because, well, all the bricks are sort of crumbling a bit, and also on almost every street corner there's a famous name. Like here, there's Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Oh yeah, he's dead famous, he is.
Yeah, well, he's dead as well, isn't he? Unfortunately, I don't know whether he was born there, lived there, or died there, whatever, because it's all in Italian.
Well, you didn't bother to bring your phrase book, did you?
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I thought it was all going to be in English, didn't I, Webber? Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Here, Webber. How do you make a Venetian blind?
Dunno, how do you make a Venetian blind?
Poke him in the eye. Like this.
Oh! Oh!
What?
That hurt. Oh yeah, terrific, this must be the place, alright?
Webber, why have we stopped here? It's dull.
No, it's not. This is really interesting, right? So
Well,
really
it doesn't look very
historical bit of
interesting, does
Venice.
it?
Well, it's not really touristy, is it? But this, right, is the entrance to what was the world's first ghetto.
First ghetto?
Yeah.
How come it got called that then?
I'll tell you inside. Ghetto the camera.
Oh, very funny, Webber. Ghetto the camera. Ghetto the camera.
Oh yeah, it's fascinating stuff, this, Ike. Are you filming yet?
Yeah, I'm just getting some shots, aren't I, of around, trying to make it all interesting.
All right then, I'll start anyway. Here, right, this square is right in the centre, the heart of the original ghetto. It was called a ghetto because this used to be a forge, and the Italian for forge is ghetto. And it's from this ghetto that all ghettos get their name. Get it?
Yeah, but you still haven't told me what a ghetto is, Webber.
Yeah, I'm just getting to that, Ike.
Well, get on with it.
In 1516, the Council of Ten, which is Venice's governing power, decreed that all Jews had to live on one islet of Camaraggio, that's here. They even put up big water gates to keep them in, and they could only come out during the day.
So, they were like prisoners, right?
Absolutely. They weren't given their freedom until 1866.
Blimey, that's terrible.
Yeah, the ghettos got so crowded that the Jewish people had to build upwards. So these tall buildings are known as Venice's skyscrapers. Have you got all that?
Yeah, fine. Right, come on, let's make a move. It's all a bit, well, you know. Come on, Webber, hurry up, it's freezing.
Yeah, well, you know, Ike, one thing people don't normally associate with Venice is the seaside, right?
Oh.
But here on the Lido, which is one of Venice's many islands, is the most famous seaside resort in the world, and the namesake of Lidos everywhere.
Yeah, that's so boring, Webber. Look, you get the camera, I'll do this.
Oh yeah, this is going to be
boring.
interesting, is it?
Yeah, it's going to be about what people want to hear. All the famous things, right. The things you want to know about this hotel are all the rich and famous and royal people who used to come here. Superstars, princesses, film stars. It's even starred in films itself. They all holidayed here, all the rich and famous. This hotel, right, it used to be the biggest and most expensive hotel in the entire world.
Really? I don't suppose we're booked in there then?
No, it's closed in the winter, isn't it?
Oh.
Mind you, could always nip round the back and just have a quick look.
Ike.
Come on.
Oh wow, it's terrific.
Yo, hi, how you doing? This is St Mark's Square, probably the oldest and most famous part of Venice.
Oh, Venezia.
Yeah, you see, it used to be the main entrance to Venice, so all the big galleys and ships used to have to come up here with all their produce and trade stuff, which is why the square is surrounded by the most important and famous buildings.
Yeah, and all the tourists come here too.
Yeah, it's also the lowest part of Venice, which means it's one of the first places to flood. So we better watch our feet.
Oh yeah, let's get a move on, Ike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a really famous tourist attraction, Ike. Get this on camera. This is the Campanile, The first tower here was completed in 1173 and was used as a lighthouse to guide navigators through the lagoons up into Venice.
Yeah, stop them crashing.
But in the Middle Ages, it took on a nastier role. A torture cage was supported from the top, and unfortunate prisoners were hung there to die.
Yeah, and they'd just be there, rotting, with bits of flesh falling off them, and maggots dropping on people's heads.
Ike, shut it!
Totally wicked.
The present tower takes its form from the 16th century, although it is not the original tower. The 16th century tower collapsed on the 14th of July 1902, killing the caretaker's cat.
Oh, totally wicked. I hate cats.
It was rebuilt a year later from donations from all over the world. People from all over the world come to see it now.
Yeah, sort of ironic that, Webber.
Yeah, it's terrific. And there's 5 bells at the top, and each of them had a different role in the Old Republic. The Marangona told the start and the end of the day. The Malefico warned of executions. The Noona rang at noon. The Mezzaterza summoned senators to the Doge's palace. And the Trattoria announced a session of the Great Council.
So Webber, do you think they all sounded different then?
I don't know. I haven't heard them yet. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Here we are in Italy, in one of the most romantic and beautiful cities in the world, Venice.
Or Venezia, as the Italians say.
That's right, it's a really unusual city.
Yeah.
Because there are no roads here at all. No cars, nothing.
Nothing.
That's right, because Venice is a load of little islands that have all been built on, and they're interconnected by canals and bridges. So if you want to get around, other than walking, you've got to travel on a boat or a barge. And there's like boat buses, boat taxis, and if you're feeling particularly romantic, you can always hop on a gondola and snuggle up with your senorita.
Yeah, or snuggle up with a gondolier, because they're real babe magnets, apparently.
Well, and this behind us, right, that's the Doge's Palace. It's one of the major attractions here in Venice.
Yeah, right, you going to talk about it, or what then?
You got the camera rolling?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, this is the Doge's Palace. The might and power of ancient Venice was governed by one of the first democracies in history. An elected leader called a Doge ruled with 10 advisors called the Council of 10, who were also elected and supported by the Grand Council, which had 2,000 or so members. The Doge's Palace is the seat of this power, and the Palace of Justice, and the home of the Doge. At one time it was thought so grand that no other building could be called a palace. It originates from the 9th century, but most of the Gothic facade, carved in pink marble, dates from the 14th and the 15th century. Every corner, column and arch of the building is richly carved, with statues and carvings, and one called the Drunkenness of Noah. It must have been a founder member of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Oh yeah, very funny. That's all very good, Webber. You missed out all the best bits. Cop the camera and I'll do my bit.
Alright, ready?
Shoot. Right, this may be a really beautiful building and everything, but all the really interesting bits are in the inside, like a torture chamber where prisoners were hung up by their wrists to be poked with red-hot sticks and sharp stuff and everything. Actually, there's a bridge that links the main palace here with a torture chamber called the size, because if you were boating underneath, all you could hear is prisoners going, oh, or, oh, I'm going to be tortured again, or, oh, I'm innocent, like this story, yeah. Actually, lots of really famous people were locked up in these cells, like Casanova. Actually, Casanova escaped, so he might have been a wizard after all. This is what he was locked up for, being a wizard or a witch or something like that. Actually, they should have put him in the posy. Posy is Italian for wells, and they're big holes in the ground that are all damp and windowless and horrible and everything. And if you go in there, you can see graffiti in Italian all over the insides that the prisoners left behind. I wish I could understand it. I suppose it's stuff like Casanova scored here, or the Doge is our Pratt.
Oh, Ike.
Right, that's it, Webber. Right,
so
let's get inside, because I want to leave my tag in there.
Oh, I don't know about that, Ike.
Yo, 20 million visitors come to Venice every year to see what Venice is famous for.
That's right.
Which is bridges, how many, Webber?
There's 400 bridges to see in Venice.
Islands, how many?
Well, there's 118 islands that make up Venice.
Yeah, gondolas.
There's hundreds of those. Did you know, local legend has it that gondoliers, the men that row the gondolas, are born with webbed feet to help them walk on water, yeah. and the knowledge of the waterways is passed down from father to son. Now that's a fact.
Yeah, and of course the fabulous churches,
Oh, yeah.
of which there are how many, Webber?
Non lo so.
How many's that?
That means I don't know in Italian.
Oh, Charlie Wicked.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Gino.
Oh, Gino Ginelli. Yeah,
Hey, alright,
Charlie
get
Wicked.
this on camera. You ready?
Yeah, ready?
Right. This place behind me was built in 1792 and is Venice's oldest theatre. In 1836, however, a fire destroyed the interior of it, but just 1 year later it was resurrected like a phoenix rising from the ashes and is now called La Fenice, which is the Italian word for phoenix.
Yeah. Have you noticed, Webber, there's two faces up there? One looks really happy and the other one looks really miserable.
Oh yeah, wonder why.
Yeah, the happy one's looking at me and the miserable one's looking at you. Get on with it.
Oh, very funny. Well, some great performances of opera, concert and ballet have all played here. And during the Austrian occupation, red, white and green flowers symbolising the Italian flag were thrown onto the stage amid shouts of Viva Verdi! Viva Verdi! I'm going to get some of this typical Venetian street on camera, Ike.
Yeah, well, actually, Webber, it is the oldest, most medieval street in the whole of Venice.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Frisaria, which means arrow makers. Yeah, in olden days, people used to come down here and buy all their arrows.
Really? I suppose it's a bit like Fletcher Street, because Fletcher means arrow maker in English, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. Actually, I bet they used to have to come down here a lot because the Doges were involved in loads of wars and fighting and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nasty lot.
Buy all sorts of stuff here now, can't you?
Yeah, it's quite trendy actually. Some of these prices are astronomical though.
Hang on, are we going the right way?
How should I know? I'm walking backwards, aren't I? Anyway, if we carry on like this, I might fall over.
Yeah, well, don't do... Webber!
Oh, this is the way to travel in Venice, I'll tell you.
By water bus. They're regular, they're cheap, and they're pretty much always on time.
Yeah, and they're much more fun than a double-decker.
Yeah, this is the number 82.
Yeah, it's how everybody gets around in Venice. They have to, because there's no roads. I mean, kids go to school on water buses, and
people go to work on them.
Yeah, and there's also water taxis as well. I think we're coming to a stop.
Yeah. The stops are quite fun, though, because at least they're covered.
It's terrific. A bit noisy, though. Just imagine it, Ike. Everything that has to be done in Venice has to happen on a water boat. You know, shops getting their deliveries and everything like that.
Yeah, even the police go around in special sort of panda boats.
Yeah, with blue lights on the top. Terrific. Oh, actually, Ike, this is our stop.
Yeah, we're going to the Santa Maria della... what is it?
Just quickly, hurry up, get off. Oh, thank goodness we didn't miss this boat bus stop.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a sight worth seeing, isn't it?
Yeah, this, Webber, as far as I'm concerned, is the most important church in the whole of Christendom.
Oh, we'll get it on camera then, Ike.
Right, here you go.
Ready?
Yep, action.
Excellent. This is the Santa Maria della Salute. It's a great big church and it was built in thanksgiving from the city of Venice for its deliverance from the plague of 1630. Yeah, hence the name Salute, meaning health and salvation.
Yeah, the Italians say that a lot, don't they?
Yeah, especially when they're having a drink. Salute!
Yeah, it must mean like cheers or something.
Yeah, suppose so.
Mind you, the Venetians must have been pretty grateful, eh?
Yeah, they were, and they still are, because every November, the people of Venice, or the Venetians, come over here to worship and celebrate. Best bit is they get here over the Grand Canal by walking over a bridge made up of boats. Terrific.
Yeah, it's just a pontoon bridge. Look, Webber, cop this, because all this is boring stuff.
Oh, if you insist.
Yeah, I'm going to
You've
tell you
got
what's
something
really
interesting?
interesting about this church, the Santa Maria della Salute.
Go on then.
Right, this is the Santa Maria della Salute, and it is really famous because guess what? Madonna shot her video like a virgin in here.
No.
Yeah, totally wickedly, all saucy bits and everything, wasn't
Oh,
it?
no.
Totally
Yeah,
radical.
I bet they didn't like that much, did they?
Well, apparently they got a bit of the ump, actually.
Oh dear.
You can't
Not
film in there
surprised.
anymore. Yeah.
Oh well. Films one out anyway.
Yeah, right, do you fancy a cappuccino and maybe a Venetian whirl?
Oh yeah, very
yeah,
Venetian.
totally
Here,
wicked.
here, oi, how do you make a Venetian whirl?
I don't know, Webber.
Stick him in the tumble dryer.
Oh, I get it, yeah.
Actually, I thought you meant
Yeah,
a Viennese
you made
whirl
that up
anyway.
yourself, didn't you, Webber?
I should think the first thing people think about when they imagine Venice is gondolas.
Yeah.
And it's not surprising really, because they have been the traditional form of transport here for well over 1,000 years. I mean, Marco Polo, he may have well have found his sea legs in a gondola, you know. At the 6 areas of Venice, and the top is a Doge's cap.
Doge's cap?
Yeah, Doge's cap.
Sorry, Webber.
That's it now. Should we go and have a capo?
Yeah, and if you're wondering why we didn't do it from inside a gondola, it's because they're really expensive to hire. We couldn't afford it.
Yeah, mind you, you can do it cheaply by just hopping across from one side of the canal to the other. Then it's only 25p.
Still too much.
True.
How you doing? Yeah.
Oh, scared me
One of
shot
the
then.
coolest things about Venice is the fact they've had a carnival here for over 400 years, and a feature of this carnival are these masquerade masks.
Yeah, the amazing thing is, right, that the Venetian people enjoyed the carnival so much that at one time it lasted 9 months of the year.
Yeah, totally wicked. So much so that it had to be restricted to 10 days. We're having too much fun.
Too much fun. They're beautiful, some of these masks, though. That one up there, that's a traditional one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's one of the old type masks.
It's called a harlequin, and wearing these masks is called masquerade, which is an Italian word.
Yeah,
Totally
but right
wicked.
now they're making some really nice modern ones. They've updated a load of styles, and they're all beautifully made out of papier-mâché, aren't they?
In
And
the
hand
traditional
painted.
way.
Yeah.
And Sergio, who owns this place, he's an expert mask maker, as you can see. Fit
Terrific.
perfectly, that.
You know, my favourites are the Pinocchio ones.
Are they?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've missed the carnival, because it's in February.
Yeah, but the good thing is the mask shops are open all year round.
Yeah, come on, let's go and have a look around them.
Yeah, make
See you
great
later.
souvenirs.